and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 4th of June, everybody. It's time for the June Waffle. We're on section 29 today, which actually ends up connecting to another one that we've done. That's just the way it flows when it comes to the decision wheel. Now, I think there's not many colours on this one today. This section is a lot of white apart from this. So I am going to see if I can roll this up just a little bit more. And then I might just have to move it if it gets to the point that I need to access a couple of the trays behind. But I'm going to try for rolling it sort of actually back on itself a little bit. I think I might get away with getting a little bit closer for today, so we can get some of this white done. When I do start a diamond painting, or when I'm working in sections and I come to a sort of outside edge, I do like to do my outside edge in one line, rather than using the step method or the checkerboard method. I find, you just go a little bit slower and make sure that you're happy with all the placement and things, and then you can go a bit faster when you get further in. But yeah, we have a big white section for today's. I'm using a pen today that was gifted to me by Diana. This is a gorgeous pink pen. It's a Benetton pen. It does come with a few different tips. It's not your standard tip. In the end, it's their own one, but it still works for picking up the diamonds, so that works for me. I've actually got a tray from my pen storage out at the moment, and I'm going through the pens. However, Megan did say while I was away it got knocked and a couple might have got muddled up. So I do want to check, because basically I put a little label underneath my pens to confirm who they're from, so that I can make sure that I get names right. I did have a master list of all ones that I was given with a description. Can I find that list? Nope. It was paper written and it was in what I thought was one of my ARC notebooks, but turns out it's not there when I've gone a looking. So I need to create myself another master list, really, so that I can be sure to have a list, because accidents do happen and things do move. But yeah, we'll get this big white section done today. I feel like it's bigger than the other sections, but maybe it's just because it is a big expanse of white. But it might give me a bit of chance to get caught up on some comments. I feel like the comments left on the last couple of weeks' Whip and Chats, and the last couple of weeks' Whip and Chats, both the Sunday Whip and Waffles and the Heaven and Earth designs, is of course a lot of people getting excited for June Waffle, and yeah, there's been a lot more comments left, so I'm still getting through quite a few of those comments. I can't believe it's the 4th already and I'm not yet on comments from the 1st of June. But let's see if I can waffle a little bit less and maybe get through a few more. I'm just going to move my computer over, because if it's easier to read, I'm more likely to be able to get through a few more. But SW, she says, when using tack, so like a sort of blue tack or the likes of the putty, she says if it's too cold, she finds that it doesn't pick up, and if it's too hot, she finds that it gets stringy. She said she likes it better in the plastic tip over the metal tip. So it seems to work better in those little brass tips than the metal ones. She says, happy multi-placing. Thank you. I've not done any for a little bit. I think I talked yesterday in June Waffle about somebody mentioned using the decision wheel to sort of decide which favourite painting to do, because I've got quite a few that I really want to do. So yeah, she talked about that, and I like the idea, but I also have quite a few paintings on the go, and I was on about I do want to kit up an Aura Lower painting as well, so that I can try them. So what I actually did last night was I created a decision wheel with the Dreamers Design painting that I've got on the go, the Diamond Art Club mystery painting, and I put in the Aura Lower painting that I'm going to be kitting up. It's not kitted up yet, but I thought I will put the 3 in, and if it picks the Aura Lower before I've kitted it up, I'll just spin the wheel again, but it will be there and ready when it is kitted up. So it actually picked the Diamond Art Club mystery for me last night, and my initial thought was I will do that painting for the whole evening, you know, for however long I'm going to diamond paint. Now, I do find with the Diamond Art Club mystery painting, I actually seem to work better with it doing it in a cover paper size block, so which is about 3 inches by 4 inches roughly, our cover paper size. Yeah, I find it easier working in that because all the symbols are black and white. I don't like uncovering too much, so I actually did a couple of sections, and then I thought, oh, maybe I should just do one section and then spin the wheel again and change the painting if it tells me to. So I spun the wheel again and it picked the mystery painting again. But what I might do in the future, because I am really enjoying the Diamond Art Club mystery, it's different, but I do definitely think one section at a time is the way that's working for me, or at least it is at the moment. I'm only on the first strip, so things may change. So yeah, I might spin the wheel, and if it chooses the mystery painting, I might do one section and then spin again. If it chooses the Dreamer Designs or the Aura Lower painting, then I'm not sure what it is that I'll decide to do. The reason being, those paintings I'll be more than happy to uncover more than one section. If I know I'm going to be able to diamond paint for an hour or two, I'm likely to uncover 2 sections from the off. But maybe it will help my mystery painting stay a mystery for a little bit longer. I think I actually ended up getting about 4 sections done on it last night. But yeah, just so you know, I am doing the decision wheel. I haven't yet kitted up the Aura Lower painting. I do have it on my list if I get round to it today, to actually kit it up and film it, which will be released in July sometime. I'm trying to spread them out. But yeah, I've not yet kitted one up. We'll see how much time I have today. We've been beavering away. The new shop launch items, the video is coming. We wanted to concentrate on making sure that all the images were done and on the website. So everything is on the website for you to see now, and the video will be coming in the next hour or two after this, if it's not gone up early. But my plan is to film this, get this uploaded and ready for 4 o'clock, and then film the shop video. I also want to film the waffle for tomorrow, so that I'm not trying to squeeze it in, because my priority tomorrow morning is orders. So yeah, I want to get to the point where I am filming the night before for tomorrow's video, because it also feels very weird that people are posting on the 4th of June with their completed sections, and I'm like, oh, I'm behind. I've not yet completed my section for the 4th. But yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun, and yeah, I do love doing June waffle. So even doing 2 videos today so that I am ready for the next day is all good. But yesterday, I was going to do today's yesterday, but if you heard me in the waffle, it was taking me a lot to get going yesterday. So I did end up sitting down and diamond painting. Ended up diamond painting my mystery one. And really enjoyed it and feel a lot better for it today. A lot more ready to get on with life today, which is good. Crystal, she says, hello Rebecca. She said they too had a Woolworths here in the US, she said, many years ago. She said she had no idea they had an online store though. I'm not sure if they do even anymore in the UK. I don't know if they ever did in the US. I don't know if they were all part of the same group or not. But yeah, I don't even know if the online store is still around in the UK. It's not something I ever shopped at. It was one of those I enjoyed going into the shop. I enjoyed it more so when the kids were younger. We'd often, go Christmas shopping for the kids' toys at Woolworths, a mixture of Woolworths and Argos back in the day. But yeah, as the kids grew older and were more specific on what they wanted, we didn't end up, going into Woolworths and stuff quite as much. Liz says, thanks Rebecca. She says, the picture is looking beautiful. She said, I kept her company while she kitted up for the June waffle. She is doing Pinkie Pied by Camilla De Erico from Diamond Art Club. She said it is 60.8 centimetres by 42.6. She said she's also doing it for 2 other events. June seems to have become the month for events. She said Summer Colours and Diamonds and Diversity. She said her garden is coming along well. She said she got all the deck painted last week and painted the gate this weekend. Her new rock garden is all planted. Oh, go you. And most of the new plants that she's bought have also been planted. She said her new garden remodelling is almost done. She is just waiting for the garden contractor to seal the block paving and to reseal the imprinted concrete and lay some grass. Then she can sit back over the summer and enjoy. You deserve to sit back and enjoy. It sounds like you've been doing absolutely loads. I know mowing our back lawn is on hubby's list today. Since we've got back, it just needs a little trim. It's one of those. It's summer now. It needs trim once or twice a week. It's not long, but since we've had the garden done or got more sort of seating area paving put in last year, we still have, a fairly big patch of grass, but it's nowhere near what it used to be, and it doesn't take anywhere near as long to just give it a little trim. So we do find that we're doing it a lot more often. It's not as big a deal as it used to be. and my son did some weeding in the front garden yesterday, so that's good. That's looking loads better than it was. We need to do a little bit more weeding in the back garden that's coming up through the pavers, but benefit of lots of rain and then lots of sunshine. We seem to be having a lot of sunshine for the UK at the moment. I don't want to tempt fate too much because I'm kind of enjoying it, though next week is supposed to get hotter, so we shall see what that will end up being like. Not as nice, I'm guessing. Depends if it comes with a breeze. We don't have much of a breeze at the moment. Emily says that the rounds on my Dreamer Designs painting, she says they line up really well. She says, and I'm doing great at multi-placing. Thank you. She said she uses her 2 or 3 placer for most stuff, and she even single places with it too. I do single place with mine occasionally, but it may not be true, but I feel like if I multi-place with it often, if I single place with my multi-placer often, that it will sort of upset the balance in my putty. It's probably not even true, but I feel like it will upset the balance, and when I go to, 3 place, which is what I've got on there at the moment, when I go to 3 place, it will only pick up 2 because I've moved the putty about and disjointed it while doing it. So may not be the case, but that's kind of what I feel like. So I try to do, just multi-placing with it, unless it occasionally picks up just the one, or I've only got one single one to place in an area, then I will tend to do it to save me missing it. But yeah, we all get used to what we get used to doing, don't we? Getting that little habit that tends to stick with us. Emily says, me again. She says she never thought about it being on an easel. So my whip and chats, I often do them on an easel. I am doing this one flat because it seems to work better for me to access the tray storage behind me or in front of me. But I do normally do my whip and chats on an easel. People were telling me that they liked the angle, the odd occasion that I did use the easel, and it is a preferable angle for me. There's just sometimes that it's not practical, and at the moment I would class it as not practical because of wanting to access my storage to get my diamonds and my colours. So yeah, I'm going for flat this time. If I had more space to put, my diamond painting storage, if the shop hadn't taken over this room quite so much, then I might have still kept it on an easel and put my tray storage to the right of me. But to the right of me has a lot of packaging items for we have to put our mail in a certain format for Royal Mail with certain items. So yeah, all my clobber for that is over to the side. So while I don't have to go to the post office daily anymore with orders, and I do get it collected, it does have to be prepared in a certain way for them to be able to get it into the postal system as quick as possible. They're not doing it to be a pain. There is a reason behind it. So Tracked International goes straight down south, goes straight down to HMRC to be shipped out. Standard Airmail does get go to our local sorting office and then goes to HMRC from there. And then our UK orders, our track 24, get sorted and shipped out in the evening shift. So like the first shift, and then tracked 48 would get processed the following day to go out and ready for the day after. They sort of have a little system as to how it's done, and we need to do our part in labelling everything up right, so it's all fun. Helen, she says you're doing great with your multi-placing. Thank you, Helen. She said she found out that she just had to slowly work up to bigger ones, and now she said she's up to a 10 placer. Wow, I bet you get your diamond paintings done so quick using a 10 placer. I can imagine you could fly through all of this white that I'm currently working through. She said you do get used to picking up as many as you need, up to about 9, she says, depending on the painting. She said as some don't always have big areas or lines. Oh, so you use the 10 placer to pick up, say, 4 or 5 or 10, depending on the area that you've got. She said she's just had a few weeks holiday in Australia. Oh, very nice. She said she has had a complete break from diamond painting. So she's only been getting back into it in the last few days. And she's going back to catching up with my videos. Well, at least there'll be quite a few videos then to keep you company while you get some relaxing and diamond painting done, while you get over jet lag as well. She says she's going to do a peacock special painting that she's had sitting for a while. She's chosen that one for her June waffle to see if she can get it completely finished. There's quite a few people doing sort of clean up for June waffle, and I think it's a great idea. I mean, I've only just really started collecting a load of ongoing paintings with doing the mystery painting and the Dreamers designs, and wanting to kit up another one, but I've sort of only just started them. If it had been a few more weeks, then I definitely would have seen the benefit of sort of clearing up those paintings and trying to get some of them finished completely. If you end up with quite a few on the go because you get excited like I do and end up kitting up ones, then it's all the better. She says she will be putting the Diamond Art Club Venice one that she's working on aside for June. Okay, so you're going to try and finish the peacock and then move on to your Diamond Art Club Venice. That's still a clear up in my opinion, even if you started it a little bit sooner. And I've just realised I have a white diamond there that's just sitting on my canvas. You have not been told to sit there, diamond. So get back in the tray until I'm ready for you. And then it can sit nicely. Cat Lady, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she put together her diamond painting for June on the same day as me. She says, but she has found herself starting it. The fact that mine's for a video is what stops me starting something. I sort of hide it away because I know it was going to be a June waffle video. But I can imagine the temptation if I didn't have the videos as part of it. So she has set up another one for June. She said as she hasn't had much interest in diamond painting for a while, she does feel that she needs to go with the flow. excuse me. She said she hopes that I enjoy my break away. I did enjoy my break. Thank you very much. Yeah. If you haven't diamond painted for a while, sometimes you do just need to go with the flow. You do just need to say, no, I want to do this. It's only my own rule that's probably not even a rule that you're breaking. And June Waffle, anything goes. So just do a different one, or do the same one. Finish off the same one and start another one. Do what works for you. Jan, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's from Australia. She said, and many years ago, she said Woolworths was a store with clothing, toys, homeware, etc. Whereas now it's a supermarket called Big W. Ah, so maybe it was a branch off of the same company. But when they changed what they were doing, they changed the name slightly, but not too much. Because I'm pretty sure I have still seen... Oh no, because there's Woolworths that's all in blue, and then there is Big W. It's a bit like Kmart. Ah, so maybe they're not in the same company. It can get confusing. Christine, she says, it looks like you're using a small drafting table. She says, on a regular table. She says, may she inquire where I got it from. So my easel was actually gifted to me by Diana. Absolute game changer for me. But I do have a link to the one that Megan picked up from the works after seeing me with mine. She got herself one and it was a very good price. But yeah, it's classed as a tabletop easel, and it does still have different levels that you can prop it at. And it fits on a small folding table that I use in front of my couch. So I don't tend to sit it on a big table or have to sit in a particular place. As long as I can park my bottom on a seat and have enough space for my little table to be in front of me, then I'm good to go. And I do like the fact that that I can like pack it all away and just move the whole thing out and tidy it up when I want more space, or when I'm feeling a bit lazy, it can just stay out on the little table but still be, you know, moved to the left or the right if I want to be able to get to something. So yeah, it's a tabletop wooden easel, and Megan got hers from the works, but I do have a link under our favourites on the website. I try to link most stuff that I use or that people have asked about. I tend to try and link as many of them as I can under our favourites, so that you've got a quick reference. Because I know sometimes, you know, people ask and people will hear the answer and it doesn't interest them at the time because it's not at the stage of life that they may want that item, but then something can change a few months down the line and they're like, oh, actually, I do think that would be good. So yeah, you can find the links there. Daphnis says they love my work and looking at every update on my Heaven and Earth design painting. So I have got to a few Heaven and Earth design waffle comments. She said she's taken all of my tips and tricks to do her diamond painting kiss from France. She says, good day to you. Oh, thank you ever so much, Daphnis. I think, well, it's Daphnis10 is the username. I'm not sure if that is French or what it's short for. I unfortunately did not get to study French in school. I ended up learning German. Well, no, I'm not going to say learning German because I don't think I can remember anything apart from hello and goodbye, and I might be able to count to 10. Language is not my strong suit, but yeah, I didn't get to learn French in school, so I haven't got a clue apart from, again, maybe hello and counting from 1 to 10. Jackie says that they just enjoy the fact that they have a video to watch. She said she's not so much worried about what I do for the video, because she says we always know it's going to be interesting. She said love and hugs. So I did discuss on one of my Heaven and Earth Design whip and chats about de-kitting my Heaven and Earth Design painting when it's finished, while also sort of giving my spare storage a bit of a spring clean and doing the both of them together, because there will be a lot of diamonds from my Heaven and Earth Design going into my spare storage, though it probably will be spread over a few videos, because otherwise that is going to be a very long project. Whereas if I actually spread it over a few weeks, for maybe as long as a whip and chat, Thursdays can sort of become my Heaven and Earth Design / whip and chat day, and I can, well, choose Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not actually sure if to move it to Wednesday, but yeah, I feel like I can get you know, it done bit by bit, both for myself with spreading the videos out over the weeks. I probably wouldn't film them all at once. I would probably film them over a few weeks just to spread the project out for me. A bit like when I made my spare storage pretty and changed all my bags and put all my stickers on. I did that over a few weeks, and it made kept the process enjoyable. That's probably the better word. It kept it rather than it made it. It kept it enjoyable because I didn't do too much for it to become a chore instead. Brenda, she says she is so excited. She said today is a red letter day for herself. She said she has just purchased Pattern Keeper and her first ever Heaven and Earth design. She said it is called Chesterton on Blue Patchwork by Leslie Ann Ivory. She said it's a large format and it is 90 colours. She said she can't wait to start collecting drills. Collecting the drills is part of the fun. It really is. The sorting it out, the organisation, all of that. It's just part of the process. And I enjoy that as much as I enjoy doing the actual project itself. In some ways, I enjoy it a little bit more because I love organising, and it's a little bit of a quicker process, even though it's still a long process. So yeah, it's definitely fun. She does say, where would you suggest getting her blank canvas from? She said it's 125 wide by 459 high. I would probably, if I was getting a canvas now, a blank canvas now for a Heaven and Earth design, I would probably pay the extra or the bit more, because they're not the cheapest, and get a blank canvas from Evermoment is where I'd probably get it. Evermoment on AliExpress, or UK based Smith's Beads. I think they now do poured glue canvases, but I'd definitely be looking for a poured glue one to do. It would take a bit to arrive, but that would be my favourite. Sierra, she said, the OCD in her is bothered that the row is not complete on my heaven and earth design. She said she wouldn't be able to leave it. She said she would have to complete the row before she said it was enough to start the June waffle. Well, rest assured, while I have not done any heaven and earth design since, I don't think I have done any since the last waffle. I'm trying to see where I'm up to, but it's rolled up too tight. Yeah, while I haven't done any heaven and earth design since my last waffle, because I think that was done the day it was due to be posted up, and we were in the middle of decorating, and then of course we went away. My plan isn't to not do any in June. I do plan, once I'm back in the normal day-to-day swing of things, i.e. these people that live with me go back to work for the day and leave the house, I am planning on going back to doing my heaven and earth design each day, so it won't be left as one. It's not like it's I'm no longer doing it and having a month to do June waffle instead. I will still be doing it, just there won't be whip and chats on it. Sierra, she said she has recently also got into cross stitching. She says she's by no means an expert, but it's something that she can do in the evening while she's with her daughter. She said since she doesn't have anywhere to diamond paint there. She said it's hard to diamond paint when you have a 2-year-old running in circles around you. That I can imagine. I can imagine diamonds flying everywhere. She says she doesn't get much time in her room where her supplies are. She says so it is something. She says she'll have something else to do, and maybe she will try to June waffle a cross stitch instead. Yes, why not? I've really been enjoying doing the Paint Gem minis with a little clipboard. With these little clipboards, little A5 ones, pin it under there, peel back the cover, and I can sit and lean back on the couch when I'm doing them. So sometimes when I want to diamond paint, but maybe I've diamond painted for an hour or so already, and I'm feeling like, you know, my back's saying, what are you doing? Get up and do something. But I'm too lazy to get up and do something. Then I've loved doing the mini diamond paintings with that. Because I can just sit differently on the couch, completely differently. Right, I need more white, so I'm topping up my tray. Try and get as many near the far end as possible that are the right way up before I shake the rest out of the way. Give it a few shakes over, and it tends to get quite a few in there so that I can have my diamonds as close to my painting as I can. Makes it quicker. Lady Dax, she says the madness in our house starts tomorrow evening. She says when her grandsons arrive to stay with them for half term. She said P. Jelly and her friend will be entertaining them in the garden and park with activities, as well as taking them on outings. She says so much fun. She said enjoy your break. She said you deserve a rest with all you do for us. Oh, thank you. Back to it now though. I need to find somewhere to put the 9 boxes that arrived with the diamond painting tray storage. They arrived yesterday. There is a couple of them in the hall. I think there's a pile of 3 in the hall. There's another 6 in our bedroom at the moment, because our bedroom is downstairs. So they're piled there. Yeah, I need to find somewhere to be able to tuck them a little bit more out of the way. We actually had to try and move them about to be able to shut our bedroom door when going to bed last night, because yeah, they were basically just left where I dumped them when the delivery driver brought them. Hubby eagerly, of course, went and opened one and built one. He wanted to test the instructions and see if they were easy enough to do, which they are. I will try and do a video on building one as well, so that those that are more visual, though the instructions do have pictures, those that want to visually see how it's done, I'm going to try and do a video for that as well at some point this week. But yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, I need to find a home for them, because there's lots. Stephanie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she is loving the new drill tray and wooden pen that she bought from our shop. Thank you, Stephanie. She said it was super speedy postage. She says, thank you so much. She says, quick question. What sort of glue / wax / putty do you prefer to use in your pens? And how do you place your drills so straight all the time? She says, mine are all over the place until the last one goes in, and she uses a straightener on it. She says she is 2/3 of her way through her second diamond painting, and she's super pleased with it. She's also very addicted to it. She said her project life has taken the back seat in the last few weekends. She says, enjoy your week at Center Parcs. Well, thank you, Stephanie. So glad it all reached you quickly. We do try and ship orders out as soon as possible, unless stated otherwise. We're always trying to ship them out quick. But in relation to glue dot, wax, putty, all that sort of thing, and what's used in my pen, my favourite, without a shadow of a doubt, is glue dots. I have been using putty in a multi-placer. I've not been multi-placing that long or using it that long to, you know, give a definitive answer, but it works well. I'm happy with how it works. But in relation to single placing, I must say I did try putty in a single placer and it was good. You know, there was nothing bad about it, but I still prefer my glue dot. I find that it lasts a lot longer. As soon as you've got it, what I call primed, and ready to go, which means you just need to dab it on your face or on your clothes a few times when you first start using it. But once you've got it primed, it's amazing. I mean, a lot of these pens, so this pen has a glue dot in it. The pens I've used the past couple of days have had glue dots in them. And most of them had glue dots put in probably in the December Advent, which is another time I go through all the pens that I've been gifted and use them while I'm diamond painting. And I do use some of them at other times, but I do know that some of them probably get missed throughout the year, and do come out for my events. So there's definitely at least a few of the pens that haven't been used since December Advent, and I've not had to top up the glue dots at all. I had one pen, I think it was yesterday's Waffle. I did take the glue dot out and put it back in, but apart from that, it's the same glue dots that have been sat there for the past 5 months that I am using in this waffle. So glue dots are the win for me. In relation to how do I get them so straight, I think that is partly just my, it's not personality, it's not a personality trait. It is one of my skill sets, maybe. I can be, you know, funny about getting things lined up and straight, and I tend to try and, in effect, teach myself to get them straight from the off. So, you know, I've always been diamond painting with the, you know, with the intention and with the drive to make them straight. And then I've got faster as I've got more used to it, as I've done it for more. So I've been diamond painting now for probably about 5 years. So a lot of it is practice. But if you want to be able to diamond paint fast and straight, you first need to learn straight, and then fast will come. If you prefer to do it fast and then take the time to straighten, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You need to do what works for you. As long as the diamonds go on the square and you can tell what the picture is when it's done, job's a good one. So yeah, do what works for you, but it is being funny about making sure that they're straight and then doing it lots. Doing it lots and lots and lots. Melissa, she says they don't have the May half term, she says, where they are in the UK. So that's Northern Ireland. She says they break up for summer instead on the last day of June and don't return until September. So they instead get 2 months for summer. She says, but they have had quite a few days off with it being the bank holidays. Just realised I've thrown a load of diamonds over my painting. Yeah, with the May bank holidays and the extra bank holiday, they have had an extra few days off. There's also been elections and feather strikes, and she too says to have a lovely break. Oh, well, it sounds like they've definitely, in effect, felt like they've got time off, and they still get to break up for summer sooner, which is not a bad thing. I don't know if Megan would prefer it that way, to have longer for summer, but maybe it's just because they know half term is coming. I know they always talk about how much they're waiting for half term because they know it's coming. They're like, I want. The countdown to half term gets stronger and stronger in the last week of school, but that's also because kids behave differently because they know they're about to be off as well. So it's one of those. It would probably be very different if, you know, it was planned that it wasn't happening. Hayley, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she loves our cover sheets. She says they are the best she has ever used. Any possibility, she says, in the future for coloured or patterned sheets? It's not something at the moment. It is something we may see if our supplier of cover sheets can do. There is at least one site, maybe two, that do sort of specialise in patterned cover sheets, if you do want them. However, I don't think they're double-sided. I think it makes them single-sided when you have something to print, something printed on the other side. So it's a never say never. It's not something that we've fully looked into yet, but it is something that I would be happy to ask our supplier if it's something that they do. If not, it could potentially take quite a bit more to source an alternative supplier. Sorry, I'm just trying to lift that up because for some reason my cutting is just a little bit short on that end. I just want to make sure my diamonds are tucked underneath. Ina, she says, when you were talking about kitting down my big Heaven and Earth design and collecting diamonds for my third Heaven and Earth design project, and upgrading the boxes, she says she was thinking, why not get the stickers for my third painting on my containers, and then I can take out any from this Heaven and Earth design for the new Heaven and Earth design. And then after that, part kit down and upgrade your boxes. She said it could save time. That is true, actually. That could very much save time if there is any that are moving straight from a Heaven and Earth design to another one. So rather than kidding everything down, actually sort out my storage box for my next Heaven and Earth design and move some over. And not necessarily collect the rest from, from within my spare storage, but at least pull out those ones that are a definite. Yeah, that might be something that I do agree with you. That might be something that I can do. I'll have to, while I'm completing my Heaven and Earth design and actually finishing it off, I will process that through my brain and see how's the best way to not waste time. I'm all for not wasting time, but also I don't want to do too many things at once. So maybe actually just pulling out the colours that are the same would be a very good first step to do. And then, take the kitting down and sorting out my spares bags as sort of the second step to do. Ina also said, she said, the privilege of being your own boss is you can take some time off, she said, for decorating the rooms. She said, so don't be so hard on yourself when you take that time. I try not to. I don't like having outstanding things on my to-do list. And as you can imagine, with a business and a shop and a home and a family, there is constantly things on the to-do list. And it can be very hard to sort of drag myself from, what I semi-allocate as work time, and take a big chunk of that work time to home time instead. Of course I do things, like putting washing on and switching washing onto the line and, emptying the dishwasher and all those sorts of things. I do those mixed in with my work day, as sort of, it's maintaining my working space as much as anything else. And I have no problems mixing that in with my work day because it's just little bits of things, and it is a perk of working for myself and working from home. But I do find it harder when I take a few hours to do something around the home, when I have things to do for the shop and the business that can take a few hours. Sometimes it's hard to sort of say, okay, I deserve to take this time, especially because I do work weekends. Every launch I'll work weekends, and I'm often doing YouTube for at least one day, if not two, at weekends, and I don't take that day back in the week. So maybe I should start thinking about it differently. Cat Lady, she said they had 25 degrees in South Yorkshire on Saturday the 27th. She said they had a day out in York and walked over 10 miles that day. York is lovely. We did go to York and had a really nice weekend there. She said today, Sunday the 28th, she said it is more overcast, but the sun has come out now. She said she's found that the morning sun shining on her diamond painting has softened the glue. So she's having to cover everything up at the end of each day. She says, this does not bode well if we get another hot summer. Yeah, well, the past couple of weeks has been lovely, in my opinion. It's been mainly 22 degrees Celsius or below. There's not been much wind, but the temperature has been nice and mild. I class that as sort of nice weather. But it is supposed to get hotter next week. So it might be time to crank out the air conditioning soon. And start thinking about getting that set up. And then it will be doors closed, blinds closed. And the sun will only get shining a little bit through the conservatory roof, because we'll be sat basking in aircon. It's the only way I'll get through it. Athena, she says that her dislike for multi-placing directly affects the type of diamond paintings that she buys. She said she can checkerboard faster than she can multi-place. And you need to do what works for you. Athena, while I have been doing a little bit of multi-placing, I've not been doing it a lot, and I'm not doing it on every painting. I think I did do some on squares first off, but I now seem to find at the moment I'm only doing it on the round Dreamers Designs. I've not done it on my square mystery. I'm actually quite enjoying. I do enjoy on quite a few paintings just placing them one by one. Even if it is likes of this one with lots of white, I still quite enjoy it. And it's actually even nicer doing it as a whip and waffle, because I'm just diamond dotting and I'm just talking to you, and I don't have to keep going, I'm changing a colour and oh, which one do I need? I can just chat and dot and diamond paint and just get all the white down and not feel as though I'm doing a load of white. Anne Smith, so this is a comment on my Diamond Art Club mystery. So I did the first section in a whip and waffle. She says, you are going to like this one. She said, she says, wow, it will be so colourful. She said she saw it on her site finally. She said, so enjoy. Ooh, well, that's good that somebody said I am going to enjoy it. I am enjoying seeing a couple of the bits that do appear, though I did actually place the wrong colour diamond down in one section last night. They have a symbol that is 2 slashes that are straight, and then there's a symbol that's 2 slashes with a wave. And I obviously wasn't paying enough attention. They are both next to each other in the storage, so I do keep them next to each other, so ideally I should check, but I didn't, and I managed to place 3371, which is a dark brown, where I should have been placing a hot pink. So I had to take those off, but it worked out in the end. It was only one section, I hadn't gone too far with it, so I was able to take those off and get the right ones placed, and I still did another section. So it wasn't just a matter of fixing my mistake and then stopping diamond painting because it annoyed me. I did actually decide to carry on diamond painting afterwards. Right, I'm on my last bits of colour. Kaz, she says, hi Rebecca, she says she hopes that I'm well. She says she's glad that you're getting good where you are. Oh, so she says she lives in the southeast and the weather is decent. She says she hasn't got a particular painting to do for the June waffle. So she's going to be working on her Vivian Fox. Well, any painting works for the June waffle. Just do one that you want to do, or one that you want to do a section a day to force yourself to do, if you want to get it off your to-do list. Yeah, just get a little bit of me time each day doing something that you love, and that's what it's all about. Okay, I'm on my numbers now, so move over to my numbers side. So number 3, and then I've just got the number 7. Susan, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she's so excited to see me start the mystery. She said she also has the same one too. She says she's looking forward to seeing the kitting up video when it's posted. She's also looking forward to June waffle, and she thinks she will start her mystery painting after that. She says she's just got to the end of the video, and she said she's so happy that I enjoyed working on a mystery. Love from Canada. Thank you, Susan. Well, thank you for watching. I'm glad it wasn't too much of a spoiler of any sort for you, especially if you've got the painting yourself. Since I did work on it last night and had it on my easel, I will say I've of course been not trying to look at the image from a distance. I did notice that the blue squares in it actually say Diamond Art Club across it in quite a few different places, sort of in the back of the canvas. There are a couple of bits that sort of, when of course my eye glances past it, that I think if I looked at it from a distance a little more closer, I may be able to work out some of the painting. I don't think it would be so much the specific details, but it might give me like an overall outline. So I've been doing very well at sort of rolling it up when I'm finished and not looking, because I do really, really want it to still be an amazing surprise. But I am enjoying doing it, which is kind of why I think when it gets picked by my decision wheel, I'm just going to do one section and then stop, so that it can sort of spread it out over a bit longer time. But anyway, we now have 4 sections done. 3 of them are together, and then 1 over here. Makes me want to go look where we're going next time. Somewhere a little bit more colour tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. The post will go up to say what section I'll be doing tomorrow, but there is a little bit more colour in it. I'm happy having done, you know, a size section that's a lot of white. I quite enjoy, I mean, you know, I do the Splatworks paintings. I do quite enjoy doing a bit of white, and I feel like it's given me a chance to go through some of your comments and chat a little bit more. But we do have a little bit more colour coming in tomorrow. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.